Welcome to the RedTech Daily Podcast, powered by artificial intelligence. I'm Marguerite Clark, bringing you the latest in radio broadcast and digital audio industry news. Today, we'll delve into the exciting developments at Silicon Valley's Asian Media Group and their adoption of Radio.Cloud's live studio for caller-intensive broadcasts. We'll also have a tech focus on the latest advancements, including RNS TXV9 Evo transmitters boosting digital audio broadcasting plus, WorldCast's new 2-kilowatt Ecreso, and Aqua Broadcast's Cobalt FM transmitter range. Finally, we'll cover Triton Digital's release of the September 2024 United States Podcast Ranker. Let's dive into our first story. Silicon Valley Asian Media Group has taken a significant leap forward by adopting Radio.Cloud's innovative playout studio and programming suite to meet its automation needs. The Media Group, which operates KSJO FM and its digital counterparts, KSJO HD1, KSJO HD2, KSJO HD3, and KSJO HD4, has transitioned all 4 stations to Radio.Cloud's browser-based operating system. This cutting-edge technology enables live broadcasts from virtually any location, revolutionizing how content is produced and aired. CEO Brad Behnke shared insights into this transformative shift, stating, "We migrated our 4 channels to Radio.Cloud, moving away from the traditional broadcast studio setup. This shift allows us to scale quickly, providing live, locally produced content without the need for an expensive studio complex while offering the flexibility to broadcast live from anywhere." This move signifies a departure from conventional studio setups, embracing a more dynamic and flexible broadcasting model. Christian Brenner, the founder and CEO of Radio.Cloud, emphasized the unique capabilities of their platform, saying, "Bali 92.3 broadcasts live for several hours each day in a way no other station has. This operation runs entirely in a web browser, handling multiple live session initiation protocol calls with a call waiting feature, all driven by our live studio. With 3 mostly automated stations and 1 heavily live, KSJO is fully embracing the capabilities of our cloud platform." Following the transition to Radio.Cloud, KSJO moved from a larger studio and engineering facility to a more cost-effective space in downtown San Jose. This was made possible by Radio.Cloud's minimal hardware requirements. Greg Perillo, KSJO's program director, lauded the platform's potential, saying, "Radio.Cloud has transformed programming for me, and I believe it will do the same for the industry. The ability to program from anywhere is a game changer, and the access to a live studio for our hosts has been invaluable. Working with Radio.Cloud's team has allowed us to tailor the system to our specific needs with more functionality than ever before. This is the future of radio, and we're already there." Brad Behnke also hinted at future plans, stating, "We plan to use Radio.Cloud as we scale our South Asian radio platform into 10 to 15 more United States markets in the near future." This strategic move positions KSJO to expand its reach and influence significantly, leveraging the flexibility and scalability of Radio.Cloud's technology. Rohde and Schwarz is making waves with its TXV9 Evo transmitter family, which offers a significant boost for digital audio broadcasting plus. These transmitters bring up to 50% efficiency gains, drastically reducing operational costs while supporting broadcasters' sustainability goals. The TXV9 Evo series simplifies digital audio broadcasting plus transmissions, cutting down on infrastructure complexity and maintenance costs. With built-in performance analysis and advanced thermal architecture, these transmitters ensure a long product lifespan and minimal operational costs, demonstrating field-proven reliability worldwide. WorldCast Systems has enhanced its Ecreso FM all-in-one series with a new 2-kilowatt model. This compact 3U transmitter integrates multiple onboard software features, including an audio and multiplex over Internet Protocol decoder, radio data system encoder, sound processing, and web streaming capabilities. Built-in redundancy with dual hot-swappable power supply units and fans ensures continuous operation during component failures. The 2-kilowatt model introduces advancements for single-frequency network applications, integrating a GPS receiver for internal clock references, and offering SynchroStream technology for synchronized audio content over networks. Aqua Broadcast has redefined the FM transmitter landscape with its Cobalt range. Built on a robust platform, the Cobalt features direct-to-channel digital modulation and remote audio confidence streaming as standard. Additional paid options include a tuner and Internet Protocol codec in collaboration with 2WCOM. The Cobalt range caters to both small community stations and larger commercial broadcasters, offering flexibility with various power models. Its user-friendly interface, complete with an RGB display and joystick controls, simplifies setup and operation. Aqua broadcast emphasizes cutting-edge technology, user-friendly operation, and lifetime free software updates, ensuring top-notch network security. Triton Digital has released its United States podcast ranker for the September 2024 reporting period, which covers September 2nd to the 29th. This report, produced through Triton's Podcast Metrics Measurement Service, offers a comprehensive look at the podcasting landscape in the United States. In collaboration with Signal Hill Insights, Triton Digital has also delved into political podcast downloads and audience trends, particularly pertinent as the United States approaches its presidential election. One of the standout findings is the significant growth in political podcast downloads, which have increased by 28% year over year, with consistent growth observed over the past 6 months. Notably, Democrat-leaning podcasts continue to receive twice as many downloads as their Republican counterparts. However, there has been a slight shift in the market share of these podcasts. Democrat-leaning podcasts saw their share of total political podcast downloads drop from 58% to 56% year over year, while Republican-leaning podcasts increased their share from 23% to 28%. The analysis also reveals interesting demographic insights. Political podcast listeners are generally older, highly educated, and more affluent compared to the general adult population in the United States. Specifically, 59.7% of these listeners are college graduates, 31.9% have a household income exceeding $100,000, and nearly half are 55 years or older. While Republican-leaning podcast listeners are still more affluent and educated than the general population, they under-index compared to Democrat and independent-leaning listeners on these attributes. Moreover, Republican-leaning podcasts have the highest proportion of white or Caucasian listeners at 89.9%, whereas Democrat-leaning podcasts boast the largest share of Black or African-American listeners at 17.4%. Independent-leaning podcasts attract the highest proportion of Hispanic listeners, with their audience being 68.2% college-educated and 62.4% male. Turning to the ranker data, the iHeart Audience Network maintained its position at the top of the Top Sales Networks report for September, boasting 69.2 million average weekly downloads and 19.9 million average weekly users. Following closely, the SiriusXM Podcast Network ranked second with 41.6 million average weekly downloads and 13.7 million average weekly users, while NPR secured third place with 26.1 million average weekly downloads and 7.1 million average weekly users. The top 3 podcasts by downloads in September were NPR News Now from NPR at number 1, Up First, also from NPR at number 2, and Crime Junkie from Audio Chuck at number 3. For listener rankings, NPR News Now remained at the top, followed by Crime Junkie and Up First. Several new podcasts made their debut in September, including Armchair Expert with Dax Shepard from Wondery, So Supernatural from Sirius XM Podcast Network, New Heights with Jason and Travis Kelce from Wondery, and The Lincoln Project from Soundrise or Resolute Square. Among the new debuts for downloads were NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal from iHeart Audience Network, Where Everybody Knows Your Name with Ted Danson and Woody Harrelson sometimes from SiriusXM Podcast Network, and All In with Chris Hayes from NBC Universal News Group. For new debuts in listener rankings, 3 and Out with John Middlecoff and Club 520 Podcast, both from iHeart Audience Network, and Countdown with Keith Olbermann, also from iHeart Audience Network, were notable entries. These rankings and insights reflect the dynamic nature of the podcasting industry, showcasing shifts in audience preferences and the growing impact of political content as we head into an election year. For those interested in exploring the full list and detailed analysis, visit Triton Digital's latest U.S. podcast, its U.S. podcast ranking. And for more in-depth articles and updates on the radio broadcast and digital audio industries, make sure to visit our website at RedTech.pro. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of RedTech Daily Podcast, powered by artificial intelligence. I'm Marguerite Clark, signing off until next time.